A few years back, I was a guest at a wedding. I love parties. I love good parties. Dull parties are. I think hell is probably one long, dull party. It was the wedding of my daughter's best friend, Marianne, to her rather tedious fiance, Jake. Speaking of dull, although Jake is dull in a very ordinary way, which may absolve him of some responsibility. Your question brought this wedding to mind because, what did you say? Vulnerable population? Vulnerable population. How does it feel to be a member of such a vulnerable population in this difficult time? Your question brought this wedding to mind because at the rehearsal dinner, I was similarly underestimated by the groom's mother. The rehearsal dinner was finished. Is that what we're calling people nowadays? Populations? The bride and groom traditionally spend the night before the wedding apart, even modern couples. And this was the night before the wedding, and Jake's apartment is apparently not very far from mine. When I went out to wait for my taxi, right after dinner, because there was no dancing, no music, Jake's mother came running after me. Auntie Patty, wait! Let Jake share your car back to your neighborhood. He'll make sure you get home safe.
Oh, gosh.
We'll pay for the car.
Oh,
I am perfectly capable of paying for my own car. And I have no clue what imminent threat Jake was going to save me from. My building does have a doorman, but he'll get you home safe. Okay. Get her home safe. Okay. If it means that much to you. This mother of the groom is determined to get her son in my taxi. I wonder if she could tell I found him boring and wanted to give him a second crack at winning over Auntie Patty. I don't know. I don't care. Frankly, I'm used to people running after me when I leave. I am. I'll tell you this. 30 years ago, even 20, this woman would not have been so keen on getting her son into my taxi on the eve of his wedding. The way I used to look, my first husband called it a complicating factor in every room I enter. Isn't that lovely? Oh, he was charming. But as you get a bit older, people miss that about you, the complications you might introduce. Beautiful young women scare everyone, don't they? True beauty is terrifying. I was terrifying, and it was fun. But time marches on. I didn't feel any less beautiful, not a bit, but people started treating me differently, as though I were harmless. And they, or their husbands, or their sons, in my presence felt safe. And then, now, I'm a vulnerable population. Look, We're all vulnerable. Read the obituary page. People of every age and every cause of death. Get home safe yourself. I don't laugh at Jake's jokes in the car back to Manhattan, which the poor dear isn't accustomed to. Some men are just not used to honest feedbacks, sweet things. Oh, you know, when a man is relatively tall and relatively handsome, when he has a decent job and wears clothes that more or less fit, he really gets nothing. I mean, nothing but positive feedback. Would you not become a Jake yourself? If everyone laughed at your unfunny jokes, you'd be boring too. So, I tend not to blame the Jakes of the world for their tedium. I blame the mothers. Well, because of all human relations, the mother-child bond is the only one that's honest, don't you think? Marianne knows I could take or leave Jake. It worries her, but I'm not worried about Marianne. She's wonderful. She's bright and energetic, and I think you can have a dull husband and still have an interesting life. Anyway, we're across the Brooklyn Bridge, and Jake says, "You don't like me, do you, Auntie Patty?" And I say, "Jake, who cares?" He says, "I do." And I say, "Why? Everyone likes you. Why must I? I'm just another woman at your wedding." And he says, "No, you're not," which is true. He says, "You're Marianne's favorite." I am. Marianne's like a daughter to me. You're so safe, Jake. You're so obvious. You're just exactly what you planned, which is exactly what your mother planned. You never stick your neck out or make a wrong decision or the right one. I mean, once, just once. Don't you want to see who you are and offer that to Marianne? Can you name the last risk you took? What did you risk? What would you have won? And what would the win have cost? I don't say any of that. Oh. Knowing when to keep your mouth shut is an instinct I've developed. Late. But it's here now. I keep my judgments to myself. We've reached my building, and the complicating factor in every room I enter, wait for Jake to get out and walk around the car and open my door. When I get out, he's standing awfully close. Do you need help getting upstairs? Jake asks me. I don't need help getting upstairs, no. He asks, would you like some company?
Oh.
There you are, Jake. There you are. Matter of fact, I would like some company. I would. But Marianne is like a daughter to me. See you tomorrow, Jake. I go upstairs alone. I got Jake home safe. Do you understand? The groom got home safe and sound because of a choice I made. How does it feel to be a member of a vulnerable population? You tell me.
Ooh.
Ah!